We're finally here. We're at this part where we actually talk about how you can land your first product management role, whether that's through internal promotions or through external job applications. I'm going to teach you the ways to do that. But before we start, each career stage requires different types of proof to move forward. And most people actually don't realize what gets in the way until they get stuck. And they don't realize that what got them there won't get them to the next stage. For example, from a no product management experience to new product management to a new product manager in a company, what they need to show is really evidence. You don't need to prove that you can do the job and have all the right skill sets because you don't have any product management experience just yet. But you want to show evidence. You need to prove that you can do the job before you even have the title. That means building a portfolio, running side project, showing examples of what you already solved for a product inside a company or outside of your company, problems that you faced in your current role and how you're solving it. And hiring managers don't really promote on potential alone. Although potential is one of the factors they look at, they care about whether if you have evidence to show your capability. It's really the combination of potential and capability. That's the thing that gets you hired as a new PM. And if you're already an existing product manager, you already have evidence, right? Because you've been doing the job. What really gets them stuck most of the time is really about visibility. So at this stage, it's not about doing stuff because you already done stuff. You have evidence. It's about being seen and driving impacts across different teams. You need to show clear ownership of results. You need to communicate your wins effectively. And you need to ensure that stakeholders know the value that you bring. Quiet high performance often gets stuck in this stage because they are doing amazing work and assume that the result that they have speaks for themselves. They don't. It's really about promotion and visibility across different parts of the team. And that's where a lot of the product managers get stuck from a PM to a senior PM. And from a senior PM to a group PM, now it's not about scope anymore, right? It's about ownership and it's about leadership. So you're no longer just managing features and managing one vertical. It's about managing a problem space and people around you and the strategy behind your product. You need to show that you can think beyond your product idea, align cross-functional teams, make trade-offs, move into the business world and move the business forward. And this shifts is from execution to orchestration. And that's where the shift between an IC over here, mastery of the craft, to leading the teams, become an organization leader and leading cross-functional. And it's about creating alignments. It's about orchestrating different teams. And when you move from the management side, from a group PM to a director to a VP side, often people actually get stuck is they don't get sponsorships. They might be great organization at orchestrating different execution across different teams. And that's great. But this is where the strong group product managers fail is you can't really self-promote there. You can't orchestrate your way there. It needs to come from advocates, from executives that is willing to sponsor you in the room when you're not even there at all. Senior leaders who can trust your judgment and back you on bigger roles. Sponsorships from directors, from CPOs, from CEOs is the key thing here. That comes from your credibility, your integrity, and your ability to deliver results and make your leader look good as well. So grow faster. So to grow faster, focus is not just on the skills that are important, but it's about what type of proof you need to provide on each level. Skills is this, just one part of the equation. If you show evidence as you become a new PM, you will become a new PM. If you promote yourself and get visibility, you will become a senior PM. If you take ownership of a domain area or problem area, you will become a good product person. And if you get sponsorship from your leaders to take on a new area that you want to own and deliver results for, then you become a director or VP. Yeah, so that's what you need to do to keep moving up. There is two ways for you to progress in your product management career. There is one way, which is the mastery of the craft side, where you start with as a PM, junior PMs, associate PM, product owner, and you move into a principal product manager, lead PM role. This is about leading a team, building a product, and it's really more of an individual contribution route. And then you have your product leadership route, right, where you want to be when you want to lead a team, the management route, which is becoming a group PM, head of product, director, VP, chief product officers, and so on. That's where you start to develop your team, build processes, build a product function, and so on. So that's the leadership route that you can take. And these are two routes. Each route requires different types of work ethic, different types of perspective, different types of sacrifices and trade-offs that you have to make. But overall, this is the career progression of a product person. And you start with probably roughly around $120,000, $100K, $120K as a start early stage product owner, junior PM. and then you work into chief product officers, you're probably looking at millions of dollars in remuneration. So it's a career track that is very scalable with the right alignment, with the right opportunity, and with the right trade-offs for you. What happens in the background is that hiring decisions are not linear. They are perception-based. And people think that performance alone gets them promoted or hired, which is not exactly true. Part of it is true, but it's never exactly true. Performance does not mean promotion or a hiring decision. In reality, though, promotions and hiring is perception-based. Your impact only matters if others people can see it, trust it, and believe in it. Visibility shows what you have done, right? That's very clear. Influence shows how you lead, and trust shows people that they can rely on you. So you need to have these three things: influence, visibility, influence, and trust. Managers and executives generally promote people who they believe is ready, not real. So there's a keyword here: what they believe is ready, not whether if you're ready or not, and not just who delivers. Delivery is one part of the equation, but if you just deliver and you don't get any person to believe in you, then you won't get promoted. And that belief, where's it coming from? Comes from feedback from your peers, from your leads, and from the other leaders around the people that work with you. And if exec can understand your reputation in the business, that's the part that you get promoted on. So the part of your job is not just to perform. Performance is one part, but to manage the perceptions of your performance, that's what builds your reputation story inside your company. And that's how you get promoted as a new product manager. Or when you're getting hired as a new person that is like a new hire, your feedback comes from your interview loops, from every single person that you have interviewed with, what the feedback for you is. That's what you get hired for. Cool. And when you are a new product manager or an existing product manager, it doesn't really matter. How managers really assess product managers, they look at them from these two perspectives. Some do it intuitively. They don't really write it out as structured as I do here. Some do it more structurally. So big companies generally have more structure. Small company, they're generally a lot more intuitive. But this is how heads of products and group PMs really assess the product managers within a team. And this is, I call like a 9-box grid, product 9-box, potential on the row, and then achievements on the column. So the vertical axis is achievements. That really talks about the impact that you have made. So for someone who's got like low potential and high achievement, it means that you're a high achiever. You're consistent, reliable, delivers repeatedly. You may plateau if the scope doesn't grow, right? So the top left here is really about people that perform as well. You never want to be in this part, which is low achievements and low potential, right? This is where you need improvement and you're struggling. And if you recognize that you're in this part, which is low potential and low achievement, then you have to be really careful because you're definitely going to be on a cut if something happens. You want to be a solid performer or a high professional at a minimum. So someone who's high achievement with at least some sort of potential. But that's not the goal here. The goal for anyone should be really around this part, which is on the right column. So anyone that's got high potential and high achievement, that's what gets you promoted. That's the thing that gets you hired. But not everybody starts on this stage, because potential and achievements, that takes time to build up. What you should focus on if you are a product manager, you should start on the right-hand side column. You might start off with like low achievements first because you're new. You're a new product manager, new to the business, new to the role, new to everything, but you want to show high potential. You want to have early promise, need structure and coaching to get stuff done, but you want to be on the right-hand side here. Managers are always looking for people that have high potential, that can give strong results and also can drive high achievements. So start from the right-hand side and then work your way up, right? So you might have high potential, continue to have high potential, but show medium level of achievements. As you get to know the business more, as you deliver stuff, as you do some side projects, you have good delivery, good ambition, and what you should be really asking for, or what you should be demonstrating, is you need someone to sponsor you and give you that visibility. And that's a key mindset here. And this is why when we talk about breaking into PM, it's less about all the visibility stuff that you do, which is like your LinkedIn pages, your resume, and all that stuff, but more about the side projects that you build, the skill set that you build, the mindset that you build, how you network with others. That's the thing that shows strong potential. And this is what you need to do as a PM, because eventually, as you do more, you're going to have high achievements, right? It just takes time. And when you get to high achievement with high potential, that's when you are ready for the next level. if you're breaking into PM or you're trying to get promoted as a product manager, the potential lane is what you should play, not the skill set or achievement or the visibility or the title or that lane. They're not what you should focus on. It's really on the right-hand side here. And how do you show potential, right? That's another thing here. Most people, they're stressed out about the promotions, the titles, and the conversations and the ratings. But these are like just the outcomes. Most people care about these stuff. Do I have a new job offer? Or do I have a new job potential? But these are the things that you have no control over, right? But what you can control are the things at the bottom that I just highlighted, which is your potential and your achievements, right? Your potential is actually your curiosity, your initiative, and your leadership readiness. Your achievement is the impact and the result that you create through your work. This is the foundational piece. And this is the only thing that you have control over, right? And once you have demonstrated what you have done through your internal projects, the work that you've done, and you have networked with product managers and you actually have showed the potential, then these things will come eventually. You will start to get some feedbacks on people that vouch for you. And then once that happens, then you have access to opportunities. If you continue to show your achievement, show potential, and then once that happens, then you might jump into interview or a performance rating, like a annual cycle or like a quarterly cycle for performance reviews for a new hire or promotion. These will naturally come. You have a good performance rating because of your potential and your achievements. And then you will either get promoted or you get hired as a product manager if you're trying to break into PM. And then your job offer, compensation, everything else would come. So you have no control over these situations, but these will come naturally as a result. Yeah, so focus on what you can control. It's your potential, things that you do, and the achievements. Cool. So I talk a lot about this potential and achievements, but how do you do this? How do you demonstrate this? The best way to do it is use side projects. Honestly, there's no other best way to do this. You can study as much as you can. You can get as many certificates as you can, but there is no shortcuts. Everything is reps. It's really about using side projects to demonstrate your potential. But when I talk about side projects, a lot of people think, oh, I've got to build a side hustle, got to do things that are external, like building an app or starting a business. Yes. And that's just only half of the story. Side projects comes in two forms. One is internal side projects and one is external side projects, right? Internal side projects happens inside your company, outside your core responsibility of what you do. You should absolutely do your core responsibility and do things that you do extremely well, right? But if you really want to demonstrate potential and achievement, you have to do side projects outside your role, right? Internal projects happen basically through like initiatives. These are projects that you lead out inside your company that is outside what you should be doing. For example, like building an AI agent to solve an internal problem, starting a cross-functional team dashboard to track customer metrics, creating internal documentation, playbooks, and processes, driving internal initiatives like onboarding improvements, championing new experiments, improving user experience, championing the AI transformation that's been happening, collaborate with other PMs that needs help. So these are your things that you do inside the company that is outside your core responsibility. And these projects show leadership and influence. And this is the thing that shows, again, both your achievements and your potential. And obviously there's another part, right? The side projects, external side projects, right? These are projects that you build outside your company. And they might be personal ideas, creative experiments, or things that help others. Launching an AI chatbot, again, for your own good, for your own company, right? Creating an online course, or vibe coding a mobile app, building an online store to sell certain things, training, coaching, tutoring, starting a meetup, network groups, becoming a PM at hackathon, or even collaborate with someone else who's already building something. And this is why I built Product Academy. This is my external side project to show potential and achievement. When I'm inside a company, I also run things like creating dashboards, creating documentation, making the process easier, contributing to the teams. So these are internal side projects and external side projects that gives you that potential. That give you the potential and your achievements and is what you can control. And when you show this and you get wins, the rest will come. You don't have to worry about these things. With all side projects, you can use it for you to network. So you can use it to talk to internal teams that, for example, this is a product manager role that's available in a different team, and you build a dashboard to track customer metrics. This is something that you can use then to talk to that team and say, hey, I built a dashboard for our product org as a whole, these are all the key metrics that we should be tracking. And then you can use it to network, and people see that initiative. People will see the potential and your achievement. And what would you get as a result? You get the shout outs, you get the feedback, you get access to opportunities, right? And that's going to give you some sort of rating because you've done something that is a side project inside your company. You get promoted, and then you get a job offer. So side projects, you use it for networking and for internal promotions. And also, if you don't have any product management roles in your company, you can use your side projects for external moves as well. So as you build up your side project that is external, that's really designed for external moves, building a project, building a product, building a course, building all these things that allows you to promote yourself outside of your company. And you need to do both. As a professional, you need to control the different channels that you're getting opportunities from. So side projects is great for you to do that. And when you create a side project, you can use it as a conversation starter, right? To any product managers that's outside your network, for example, someone on LinkedIn or product leader that's hiring, you can say, hey, look, I'm building a product to do XYZ. I know something is missing, but I don't know what. Can I get your help on it? So this side projects allows you to start the conversation with whoever that you want, whether that's internal or external. You can also use it to help others, right? You can say, look, I'm building a project to do XYZ, but I think this might be able to help you as well. What do you think about this? And you show your side project, show them what you're doing, and use this as a way to network, to show your potential and your achievement. Of course, you can use it for personal branding. This is great for external projects, building a project to help XYZ, and you want to share, here's what I've learned so far, and use that to network with people. Use it as a learning tool. You're building it to help yourself, and you can say, look, I'm building this project. Here's what I need to get done. And last thing is, not everything at your work is going to be extremely, I would say, creative, right? Some stuff is just mundane. So use your side project to keep you on your toes, to keep your creative outlet. It's a project to help you to become more creative and step outside of your boundary, of your comfort zone. Why? Because you want to push yourself to have the potential and have the achievements. And as you are building these side projects, you're going to come across a lot of things in your mind that would pull you away. So I would call this like fear and judgment. People are always going to judge your ideas, especially external projects that you put on your LinkedIn. You might feel like people are judging your ideas, and that's normal because people always create stories in the mind to justify their inaction. And that will be the same whether it's internal side projects or external side projects. Then that's going to be normal, but just keep going. It might make you feel vulnerable that your work is not good enough. And it never is the first time. It never is good enough. But remember, this is not your life's task. This is just the tool that you're using to network, right? So everything that you're doing, you're using this as a tool. It's not your life's task. Your life task is to get a product management role, is to get promoted in the company, is to earn extra income or to have extra flexibility or get the title or hit a mission, whatever you want to do. This is just a tool to get there. So don't attach the work that you do to the mission in the goal in your life. They're two different things. What matters is for you to show potential, drive, and ability to get stuff done. And that's what this side project tool is all about. And ultimately, it's really about using this tool to network and just being useful. That is it. Although you might use this as a tool, make it a habit to use this tool to connect with people and help people along the way. Find win-wins and similarities, whether if that's an internal side project or an external side project. Bring value and just give more than you get. That's basically it. And then see the good on other people, that people are willing to help you out. If they're not, that's fine. Move on to people that your product and your efforts can benefit from. And don't be afraid to ask for help or ask for referrals when you need them, because you need to focus on your goal. And this is just a tool to get there. And last thing is, don't forget to check in with people. You're going to meet a lot of people along the way as you network to your first product role or get promoted as a product manager. You got to make sure you check in with people once in a while and also make this a habit. This is something that you do consistently across your career and not just a one-off thing. This is just even if you want to get into an executive role, if you want to get into a business owner, if you want to get into a network of a community that you can break into, using side projects, internal, external, using it as a tool to network allows you to get access to opportunities and shout outs that normal people don't get. Yeah, so side projects is extremely important and it's really about reps. It's about showing potential for high achievement. even though you might have low achievement early on, but this potential allows you to have high achievement and high potential in the future. And it's really around controlling what you can control. It's these two things that you do, potential and achievements, and the rest will come. And your offers, your compensations, your top title, opportunities, this will come as a result. Cool. And that is it. That concludes our 6 weeks course. So in summary, what we've done so far is we've learned so much in the last 6 weeks. I've given you the knowledge gap, which through self-paced learning and guided training in the last 6 weeks, you now have the ticket to play, to practice, to come back to the theory, to practice, to build stuff on your own, and use this tool as a networking tool for you to talk to product managers, talk to hiring managers, talk to VPs of product, directors of product, get some help. Because the next thing you need to build is your own project. You can build it yourself or you can build it with someone else and use that side project as a tool for you to network in the community. And from there, you can start hustle. And then once you show potential and achievement, then you would get the job as a product manager. And this whole process could take 6 to 12 months. And don't worry, I'm here with you. If you need any help, feel free to reach out to me. I am here to help you build something, connect you to the network, and also offer you to job opportunities that other people don't get. If you can show the potential and the achievements. So yeah, thank you so much for coming on this journey with me. I hope what I've taught you has helped you unlock some of the gaps that you have in your career. And I look forward to seeing you in the product management community. Thanks.